Hello out there everybody. Hello Micro Man. Good day to you as well, thank you very much. As you might well see on the screen there, I've started working on another game. The other one got a little bit out of my reach pretty quickly, sadly. Started with something simple instead. And I've already had loads of problems, but I've fixed them. I wanted to watch a bit of TV, so I'd done this while I was watching it, so I obviously couldn't stream while I was doing this. But time got away from me a bit, but still early. Let's give it that tunage. Yeah, so I'll run through what I've done and try and explain it as best I can. It's kind of clear and it's kind of similar to how I did it before, and I've tried to improve it, but we'll see. I've ended up using sync twice, the same sync, so it uses the same like variable, but that seems to work well. Without that it got a little bit glitchy. That's just the sprite, and in fact I don't even know why that's in there. Oh, that's for when I import the player. I haven't done that yet. And vehicles is the key. This is where I've been working most of my time. So currently I've only done the right facing vehicles, as you probably saw from the little video there. And you can only have 5. Let's try more. I don't think it'll matter if we have even double that. That's maybe too many. But the game doesn't glitch at all. But of course I didn't put the chance of spawning up, so it's unlikely to have all 10 on the screen. I could do that right now. I've just been writing magic numbers everywhere, but that's the spawn chance out of 255 per frame. So if I said it had that, then it's going to spawn one every 2 frames, isn't it? Or probably every frame because we've slowed it down. Basically every frame. Oh, it's still not. That's quite good. That's a hard level though. Of course there's no collision detection on the cars. I could use the target position trick that I did with the desks on Mikey and have them move around, you know, or stop when they get to a car in front. Anyway, that'll do for now. So in vehicles, this is the crux of what I've done today. Copied some sprites out of Horace, and I have done the truck, but I haven't implemented this yet. Anything that I've written, or most of the routines that I've written, full writing like that, is the ones you call from outside, and then these are all done called from inside them. That's standard. You've seen that loads of times with me. Same as that. So at the moment I'm just doing a 50-50 chance between saloon and bike. But I did have at first a truck, like 1 in 25 chance of it being a truck. But I don't have the draw code for truck yet, so I haven't bothered. I just changed that to be 50-50 for now. So it calls either one of these two. And the only reason I had to differentiate them is because they have different widths and height, and I set a different speed for the bikes. What else did I do? I created, these are the ones again called from outside, so I've fully named them. and they're the only two you need to call from outside. And you'll notice I load the stuff in there, so you don't need to load anything now. You just call that. And roughly that's pretty standard. That's just moving the car. If it gets to maximum X, it kills the car, so it can be spawned again. And if not, it gets to here, it adds the speed, which is in there, to the X. All pretty standard. Later we'll be drawing a truck. We'll create a routine for that. The only other really thing I changed much was the colours. I created, again I'm using that same convention with, hello Fractal Mike, how you doing, man? Good morning, stroke evening. Yeah, it's only 10:30 here, so it's okay here. But yeah, the fully named one is the one you call from outside. This at the moment I just paint one time, so I'm gonna have to come up with a way of like doing the colours, you know, not affecting the background. Maybe, I don't know. I am well, thanks, Mike. Oh, it's a donate link, Boken. Well, thanks for checking that out. I'm not very good with adding them sort of things. I'll check that out. I thought I'd done it properly, but I'll definitely check that tomorrow. Thanks for pointing that out. This is pretty straightforward routine for painting the background because it's all like the same. So I'll try and walk you through it. That obviously just points where the memory is. The first colour we want is pavement colour. Then I call this routine, which obviously gets out when it gets to the end of the memory. It checks these constants which tell it where to start and end the road colour. Sets that instead if it is that, and then if it goes above that it sets it back to pavement. There was a funny thing in here as well I had to do. Oh yeah, here. So I load B with window width, call paint line, that will paint 24 cells across. After that I have to do screen width take away game width, window width, and add that to HL. And that's what creates that sort of grey, because I put the brightness on for the white in screen, and then the grey one is where I didn't paint it at all, just left it. Because there's lots of cars now. Perhaps the chance is a little bit too high. I'll put the spawn chance down. Let's try 10. Probably a little bit low now, isn't it? Maybe alright for the first level. I was kind of worried about doing the skiing side of this because I don't want to do wide scrolling. I figured I really got into bother with 16-bit numbers, but I figured I could probably just do a like timed thing instead, where the flags just go up the screen in a timed basis, so it appears that you're going down the screen. That's what I'm going to try and do anyway when I get to that. Of course, the cars need some sort of speed variation, really. Moving dashes. So it looks complicated, but it's pretty straightforward because we've just got the level update here. Vehicle looks after itself now, you know, it's all pretty self-contained. Not sure what's next to add, I guess the player. Could of course just do the left side of the road as well, the left facing traffic, or the truck. Player's got to be the one, hasn't it? So I just used Spikie, of course. Don't need hearts collected. Now I left this bool in here. We're not going to need it though. There's no like collision prevention in this game. Just if you collide with a car, you're dead basically. And if you collide with a hut, you get the hat. You get the skis. So there's no definition for that anymore. Player state. If you notice here, I'm trying to like amalgamate. Is that the word? The two together. Well, I've still got the two separate ones here. Because I was going to say he has other states, because when he gets the skis, he's carrying skis. When he's in the skiing level, he's on skis, obviously. Oh, I'll definitely do some road markings, but yeah, not moving ones. Pretty sure they could just be drawn right at the beginning of the level. I need to create that at level 1 start. Some of this needs to be done in there. Pretty much all of it. I mean, that can stay in there for now. Might as well just stick with that method, I think, for now. Because then I can add and change different levels pretty easily. Oh, what's going on? I hadn't saved it. L1 start. Okay. Okay. So let's do some dashes in the road. That would be done in here. I'm trying to think if it's worth defining a sprite for that. I could just put one up here for now. Oh, I could even do that. Oh, why not? Will they be a bit small? No, because I can just join them together. The ink on the road is already white, obviously, because of the cars. You can see that. I can think of it's one of those situations where I can think of too many ways to do it. I guess I'll try and just make a little routine, like paint or draw a white line, sorry. I can change the name of it in a bit. I want to nudge it up. I want to draw 2 in a row, then nudge it forward by 2. Position on the X. So it'd be like draw sprite A8. For that you have to have BC with the sprite. I can go up there. I'm just trying to think, do I need to... How's the best way to load that into DE? I just want to load 0 as X. So I can just do it my simple way. X or A. Load DA. I mean, it's probably best just to have a constant, it's easiest for me. I'm going to say 11. I think that's right. And I just want to increment D after I draw it. I just wondered, does DE get corrupted in here? Yes. Guess just push DE and pop it. And this again could probably be way optimized, but I basically want the contents of D to also be in A, so I can compare it to window width -1. jump C. So in fact it can just be window width, yeah. Jump C. Draw a white line. If not, return. I think that'll do it. Oh, it hasn't even compiled. Level is undefined. Oh, I've saved it. What were my starter books in Z80? Sorry, I didn't see the message. I was engrossed there. My two favourites were the Jonathan Caldwell one that was written, I believe, quite a long time after 2000, the year 2000. It's a fairly modern book, just called How to Write ZX Spectrum Games. And then there's one by William Tang called Absolute Beginners or something, Z80 for Absolute Beginners. I love that one. I love both of them. I got more use practical out of Jonathan Caldwell's one, but all the theory I got from the other one. William Tang, T-A-N-G. Of course, I can't link to it. I don't believe it could be copyrighted or something. But let me give you the exact name of what I've got, if I can find it. I mean, I haven't read it for quite a while now. I had it somewhere. Ah, books. Here we go. Spectrum Machine Learning for Absolute Beginners. Machine Language. And even though he calls it machine language, he explains the difference between machine language and assembly almost straight away in the book. That's cool. I know the Jonathan Caldwell one you can get off itch.io for free. It's just pay whatever you want. And it's like, you know, the full book, of course. I think he uploaded it himself as well. So draw a white line. Huh, no go. What went on wrong there then? I think that's alright. Yeah, it depends. I think that book I just recommended by Tang is very good if you are an absolute beginner. Do you know what I mean? It explains a lot about how the registers do work and how to do all the different arithmetic. But if you might know like quite a lot of what he mentions in there. Why is that not working then? It gave me an error. I'll just try window width -1. No. I thought it'd be a simple case of just doing that, but maybe I need to try like write a little bit of a longer loop. Did I put them the wrong way round? It shouldn't matter. 11. Should have got something on the screen if that was the case. So I've tried to make DA, which is the X position, 0. And then E, I want it to be 11. Oh, for a start, it shouldn't be 11 anyway. It should be 192 divided by 2. That obviously wasn't going to fix the problem. Is it not getting out of this loop somehow? Is that what's happening? Call everyone start. Let's just get rid of that a moment. Still an error. Oops. So this probably, well, it shouldn't. Oh God. That's why. Alright, let's try that. Okay, we've got it compiling, but for some reason no white lines are drawn. That ain't gonna make no difference whatsoever, but we'll have a try just quickly. I was just trying to be clever by incrementing like that. Maybe there is a different way, and maybe I have to do it. I would have thought that was okay though. It would be interesting to go and look into MSX development, C64 and all that, or especially MSX because I think that's Z80 and Amstrad. But I think it's better to try and not master one, but try and get good at one first. Why would I struggle with what? Just in case, let's try this. Have you been toying with Amstrad? That's brilliant. I've been thinking about the Amstrad quite a lot. Slightly more capable graphics wise, isn't it? Does it have like specific graphics hardware, like, or is it similar to Spectrum where you have to write everything yourself? I still don't understand what it means to have specific hardware. Like on the Commodore, apparently it has hardware sprites. Yeah, me neither. Someone was saying about the scrolling and stuff, but does that mean you've got a command to scroll? Or you're interested in Amstrad Dev as well, yeah? Awesome. Maybe I should check it out. My nephew had one, and I think, being the young kid I was secretly jealous without even realising it, and I said I didn't like it. I think he had the greenish monitor with it. I think that's what put me off. It was like a greenish colour monitor. There was some game, something about minerals and vegetables and stuff. I can't remember what it was. Then maybe it's two I'm mixing up. I know my nephew's one was a 464 and that had a green monochrome screen. Chip has XY for each. That sounds clever. So you can access the sprite's position just by one instruction, basically. Is that what you're saying there? That's funny, mate. Yeah, my nephews they live quite far away, so I didn't use it very often. But they're the only people I remember that having that one. 2 pointers, that's interesting. I definitely do want to check it out one day. But I'm determined to get a complete game out on the Spikie first. I mean, this one might not take too long if I get my act together. But when things like this are taking long, then we'll see. So, oh, I didn't try it with the sprite there. Let's try that. No difference. Thanks, Michael. I think I will. I'm going to keep at it if I have to for ages, but hopefully it won't take too long. What do you reckon to this then? Anyone see what I've done wrong? This I can rely on working. We've used it loads of times. And it's not like the background's getting drawn over it or anything, because the background is just a colour attribute, and that only gets done once. So it shouldn't be anything to do with that. Oh, I've slipped into the wrong file. So I'll just put that back because I don't think that needs to. That can stay up there. It's funny how you make big bounds of progress suddenly and then you get stuck with something like this. It happened to me earlier today. I got stuck on one little thing, remembered what I'd done wrong, and then added loads, like all the cars. And now this is stumping me a bit. I mean, it's not going to help to draw them out as full bits. Might do it anyway just to satisfy myself. Just so I don't have to think about it. Won't make a blind bit of difference. Nope. Is it getting drawn on the pavement? Even if it was getting drawn on the pavement, we would see it. It would just be black. It's weird. I wonder if 32 should be like just under where the pavement ends now. Nothing. I find it odd that Find it odd that it doesn't even draw one, and then it doesn't crash. Flip the border cover and L1 start. Okay. I mean, I'm 99% sure it does work because look, if I comment that out, there'll be no colours now. See? So I'm pretty sure that is all getting called. Paint background. Yeah, it was a good try though. It was a good effort, a good think, good idea, you know. It just seems like almost like this is wrong, but so if I just draw one instead of using that routine at all, you should get at least one line at 0, 96 and 96. Yeah, I would have thought, and we don't. What have I done wrong here? It's funny because it's routines that I wrote, but it was a little while ago, and now I'm probably forgetting one thing that I assumed I'd remember. It says XY for DE. DE, hang on, did I put it into DE? Yes, I did. Yeah. Weird. Just out of interest. 1616, which I'm using to draw the other sprites, like amongst others. See if we get anything on the screen. Nothing. What? Let's try moving all that into just the start of the program then. I still even think this won't make any difference. Huh. Who knew the white lines would cause me bother? I really thought that would take me not long. It was like a nice simple thing to start with, I thought. God, I've got too many open already. I mean, look, there's no reason why it can't be in that level 1 start, because then every time you start level 1 again, you want to paint the background again and draw the white lines. Makes sense. There's really no reason to do this either, but I'm completely stumped. I'm going to delete it just because I reckon it was working. It was fine, that code. Ah, I just realised what it was as well. I'm such an idiot. It's always something simple, isn't it? Let me explain it before I change it. I lost the context of my short-term memory. Oh, I'm stumped. I'm glad you reminded me. He had a good sense of humour then. What a guy. I almost forgot what it was then, but I've just remembered. It was this is in our main loop. I've just drawn the sprites in it. They're sprites, they're not colours, you know. So the clear screen wipes all the sprites. So in other words, all I need to do is put this somewhere else. I mean, I could even make like a road class or something, but I'll keep it in this level class for now. I don't like having it just called draw white line either, really. So, oops. I'm going to change that because I'm going to try and stick to a convention where I use shorthand if it's like one I don't want to call from anywhere else. Same as me, man. It was so obvious when you think about it, wasn't it, this particular problem? Because I'd just been doing the colour, I got stuck in that. I love the emoji. Can't wait to get my own emoji set, honestly. That'll be one of my highlights of my month. So I'm just going to call this like, sorry, I'll call it L1. Draw WL. There we go. So that's probably a very long-winded version of how I could have done it, but now at least from update I can just call it. Why is there no... Yeah, okay. So I don't need to update the white lines. Just draw them. And I'll call that one. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way of condensing that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't need any like input. It should just work now, I think. Oh, no, not quite, but at least we've got something on there. It looks kind of funky. The first one looked okay. So it's something to do with incrementing. The D is supposed to be the X and the Y position of the sprite. Somehow BC's getting messed up. Simplest way. This should look alright, but the problem with this is there won't be any gaps, which I've just forgotten about. I can easily add gaps though. So where do we want to do that? It was beautiful, thank you, man. It's beautiful when it works, isn't it? It really is. So here is where I'm checking if it hits the game window width. So obviously I can't increment it by an odd number. It has to be an even number. It has to be like able to go into 24. So I want to increment it by 2 after it's drawn two times. I could probably get away with just doing it twice, actually, every time. Yeah, that's nice and simple. And don't forget, we are having to do that every frame, so we want to keep it pretty simple, really. The next tough thing I want to do is do like collision prevention on the cars. I guess first in my spawning code, I'll check if there's not already a car there and just won't let it spawn if there is. But then if one catches up with another, I want it to be able to go around it. But it's not that hard to do that. I can visualize how it's done in my head, but putting it down into assembly language is a bit different. Looks good, doesn't it? It's good. Yeah, he's not gone skiing yet. He's got to cross an insane street first. He has to get the skis. And then for some reason you ski over the road and you end up down the bottom again. That's good enough for now. We'll get a player in there, innit? So I can butcher it out of this one. Sort this out later. Try and draw him first and move him. So it looks like I'll need to use both these really still. Because he does behave very differently in each level. It makes sense to have a separate one really. I have no clue how I'm going to draw Mikey on skis, but I'll figure that out later. Oh, another quick thing I've got to do is oaring the sprites. They're not getting oared cars. So they've got a border. Oh, there's lots to be done. There's no attack. I can get rid of all that. It's much more simple, this game. Still got try move. But actually, I'm going to get rid of all of that. I'm not having an anim timer either. I'm going to do that differently. Don't even want target pos. That could get annoying, can it? Let's just do it the quick way. Okay. Where's safe move? Oh god, we haven't got it. The target pos. We don't actually need that. We're now directly just moving it. Let's get rid of it all. All of it. Alright, what do we do now? Play update 1. Oh, it's the same as that, really. See, I don't need the states. The only states I need is to tell me whether he's carrying skis or not. Could be a ball anyway, really. But I'll leave it as standard. And then the other one will just be carrying ski. With ski. I'm going to start using shorthand on these. And let's not call it standard, let's just call it no ski. With ski. L1. I mean, it's only going to be in one with that. So somewhere I had all them states. I've got 2 different consonants files now. I've tried to make a constants that's only about all games, and then one that's like this game specific stuff, but it's just getting complicated. Let's have player states. No ski. With ski. Skiing. That'll do for now. There are other ones. Dead, for example. Let's pop dead in there. Player dead. So he needs state, that's fine. There's a cat spam. With that, I could initialize them to anything really, because I have to set them from the level. Because when you go back into the level, he faces a different direction. So that'll be in the level 1 init. You just set that all to whatever you want them to be. Because of course you'll be leaving level 2, for example, and he'll be in skiing mode still. It won't just default back to this. Current frame, I'm kind of wishing I kept the anim code now, because now I've got to write some before I can try it out. I'm not looking forward to doing that. Player current frame. Right, yeah, I see that. So all I have to do is just increment that. I'm going to increment it every frame. Just do it down here, I think. Of course, do that actually, yeah. If it's free, or we could just say if it's 4, but it's 0, couldn't we? I have kept the anim timer stuff here, but I'm gonna. Oh, so I don't want to timer stuff, but just skip to next frame bit. That should be fine. Right. Hi, Dan Dazzle. Lurking. Good to see you, mate. Near enough getting the player in here now. I think he's nearly ready. Game state. Level 1. Right. So that just checks for movement. What have I forgotten to do? He's going to be moving alright. I just need to draw him now, I think. I fixed the code ready to be drawn. So I can just call these two from level 1. Already I'm hating having this white line stuff in the level. A isn't changed in which subroutine, sorry? I change A so often. Hi, by the way, global. We had CP1. Oh, okay. I've tested these and I've worked them. What you've got to fit. Where was it again? What you've got to remember with that is, I know what you're talking about. What you've got to remember is it'll only go to that subroutine if they're equal. So if not, it just goes straight to here. Do you see what I mean? So let's pretend A is 2. It's going to get to there, isn't it, before the flags change. That should work, and I have used this already, so I'm not too worried about that just now. That I wrote like a few days ago and had it working. But thanks for checking it out, seriously. It makes a big difference having more eyes on it. Yeah, I mean, I kind of just wrote some of that, but all I did was delete stuff, really, and then the bit I wrote at the bottom was just to change the variable in here. But that's at the very end anyway of the draw sequence. I know I've forgotten something though, I always have. For a start, I haven't drawn the player or updated it. Is there an initialize for the player as well? No. So just call update and draw. This should be it. Oops, easy. Let's try it. I'm bound to have forgotten something somewhere. Oh dear, don't even compile. Oh, I don't think I've included player yet. Or any of his accompanying files. If I could talk, I'd say it properly, but I can't. Spikie. I meant to call it Spikie.asm, but I called it player. It's because I pulled it in there from another thing. Okay, this might compile now. No. Line 357. Oh, I wanted to sort this out later. I didn't even think I called that from anywhere. Okay. Still no dice. Oh, shit, I don't want that either. Where's that? When you say the Z80 isn't up to this, you mean it's too much cooling and stuff? Call Z label returns to the same place if you put the return in it, yeah. As far as I know. I don't need any of this sitting stuff. Pretty sure I can just do that. Still no compile. It's going about attack now. Bloody hell. I need to pull all the attacks out. There's going to be one of them in every section. Oops. I may as well not have it there. I may as well work to delete these when they're not needed because it'll simplify the code. There's no point having it there just for the sake of it. 573. Oh, we've gone to somewhere else now. Set state standard. Okay, we're down into the little setters that I don't need anymore. Of course, I want them for the no ski. With ski. Come on, compile now. Nope. Player one. That's fine. No. Player on max Y is undefined. It should have been max Y now. I'll not play a level 2, we're not even going to be using that. Come on, man. Computers are just relentless. They don't care about your feelings. Finally, he's up there, look. He's raving away. His animation looks pucker to me. But I can't move yet. Nice dance, it was pretty cool, wasn't it? It was funky. Turned Spikie into a, what's it called, a mascot of the Spectrum. Have a whole series. The line I just commented out. What, this one here? Commented too many out, didn't I? That one was just about level 2. I commented out the whole script. You need to check the value of A before you uncomment. What, here? No, it's the same scenario, isn't it? When there is a level 2 update, it's going to check the game state. If it is level 2, it's just going to go straight past that. Yeah, but it wouldn't call that. And if it does, it will never call that. It's a one or the other thing. Won't be set to game state anymore. No, but that's what I mean. If it goes into level 1, it will never go into level 2 because this happens every frame. Don't forget. So then, if I want to go to level 2, I change this, and then it will just go past that. Oh, good point. I was using jumps before, but when I leave level 1, I'm gonna have a different function just to completely it'll jump back to here. I mean, it's not hard just to put that in there, is it, right now? The only shame is it gets called every frame. Maybe I could come up with a smoother way. Like I had jumps before, but I'll try to avoid that this time, but maybe that is the best way. No, maybe you've just pointed out a very good point that I wasn't thinking about. And it could corrupt like something, couldn't it? Dan Dazzle. Is he a big streamer? I didn't even look at your channel, Dan. Good lad. Alright, anyway, what am I doing? I mean, this can be easily adapted to make cars, but at the moment it's all wrong. Oh yeah, Mikey didn't move, did he? Why was that? Jump table. For the levels, yeah? To be fair, this is only first draft stuff for the levels. It's only to get it working. I definitely haven't put that much thought into that. Need to come up with a better way, don't I? What's a spam lurk, Microman? I still don't understand Twitch. Where's his speed? I bet it's 0, innit? Player speed. No. What is Dandaz? No, you're not spoiling the creative flow whatsoever, my man. It's always, I've become a snail pace coder now. There was some rapid progress. I have little bursts of rapid progress, but stuff normally grinds me down to a slow pace pretty quickly. Like this, like why is he not moving? I thought it was gonna move for him. But, oh, that's why I bet. No, he should be no ski, shouldn't he? I mean, we need that for both anyway. Just for a debug, I want to see whether I'll just call that one directly. And then that's going to call these. Should move. Should be fine. Oh. Oh, did I uncomment that and forget about it? Oh, cheers, Global. The thing is, you know, I'm thick-skinned, and I wasn't that worried about if someone came in and had a go at me, but to be fair, everything's been positive. There's been maybe one or two say, you know, just getting angry, not getting angry, but just saying, you know, you could do it better if you do this or whatever. But everyone's been sound about it. Unbelievably sound, really. BigWorld.asm is not found. What have I just done here? Oh, I've just tried to compile the wrong thing. I wonder. Bit sad it doesn't move. Oh, wait a minute. It's always something simple. How the hell is this not failing? Oh, I have imported it. Damn, I thought I just hadn't imported that. We need to call check keys. Might as well just be doing it here. Hey, get over there, boy. Oh, that's as low as I can go. See, I quite like that effect of the colours on the road without even bothering to paint the player. But I think I'll have to just to prove I can. Oh god, it won't let me go any higher either for some reason now. So some work needed with that movement code. So I can see why I had player max and max. It's mainly the why I'm concerned about. Yeah, that's why. 0, why not? I think because he only moves 4, it would always get to 0 in the end. And then it'd be 192 take away 24. Hey, he's a slow guy, but I guess it makes it a bit more challenging. Oh, I've just walked off the top of the screen and the game crashed. So I've got to come up with a way of not letting him do that. I was thinking about that on my double buffering script here. I need to instead come up with the way. I can't quite visualize it, but I need to start like 2 bytes away from the top and left side. The back end is, and the right side and the bottom end is okay. We can just let it overrun and just allow a space for it to overrun. But I just need to think of how to nudge this forward and down like 2 lines. Jaywalking. In Germany they do, don't they? That's a they'll chuck you in jail for that. In England, it's like if you hit a pedestrian in your car, you'll basically go in jail, even if it's his fault. Maybe not jail, I don't know. But I think I'll just ignore that buffer problem for now and just change max Y to like 4. And for now, it'll just look a bit crap when he gets to the other side, but I don't care right now because I can change it later. Yeah, so I'll make. Where's it gone? There. I'll just put minus 28 instead. Oh no, it's not that. Sorry, actually, it's that one. Yeah, I'd done a course because I got caught speeding, and they teach you about it, and they say it's the one law that actually you're guilty and still proven innocent. Like, and that was police people saying that to me. So if you run over and kill someone, you're presumed guilty. Bit of a crazy law. But you've got to drive carefully. It's the moral of the story. So when I start up here, it's fine, but it won't let me back up. Oh, it does. Oh, excellent. Oh, it's working superbly. I'm considering speeding him up, but brill. Whoops. So I guess the next step, well, I could do the other cars on the other side. There's a lot of things I could do here. I mean, I drive super careful now. I've seen some pretty horrific road accidents in my time driving because I've done a lot of miles driving. But when I was younger, I was probably driving like an idiot, to be fair. I think I'll work on the collision with the car and the player. Yeah, it makes sense though that in this one, this is fine. Yeah, it does, man. Saves you on your money at the end of the day. When you drive like a twat, you end up costing yourself on tyres, brakes, fuel. all the rest. We don't need that. We don't even need a ball for are you colliding with a car. We'll just kill him as soon as he does. So just uncomment that. This time, just compare 255's adequate. Turn Z. It's just going to take a bit of a rework because I'm using something where we had just one specified with variables for the position. But this one, it's iterating through an array. The width is conveniently stored at that, and I think we can just do it like that. Excuse me. I notoriously get confused with these. Look, if you notice, I've got NC on one of them. And why is there only 3? There should be 4 of these things. That's saying it's got to be dead on with the car. We'll leave it at that for now. That'll mean you can get close to the car and not collide with it. It probably look like you have collided, but you've just survived. I mean, really, we want to do the same on the Y. You want to be exactly. Oh no, the Y is in scan line, so you need a bit of deviance. Pretty much as simple as that. Let's try just flashing the border colour, innit? I won't even flash it, I'll just change the border colour. So can I collide with a car? Got to cool that, of course. Do it from level 1. Oh, that needs IX to point at the cars. Vehicles. I should change the name of that file. It collided. So again, eventually, when I'm making this game much nearer to being complete, much like I do with the Y here, where there's 2, like a top and a bottom, here it's just saying you've got to be exact on the X. I need to do like a left and a right side. Yeah, 2 right. I saw something horrible with a kid on a bike. It wasn't even the biker's fault. 4x4 ran him over, and he was stopped to give way. That works perfectly, and I'm going to leave it like that for now. I mean, there's not much else to do other than, well, for a start, the vehicles could have a bit of AI so that they don't bump into each other. The very first thing I do is make sure they can't spawn on top of each other. It was horrific, mate. I was about 5 cars back. Kid on a scooter. When I spawn, I need it to do a collision check when it spawns. Is that possible? I mean, of course it's possible, but is it logical? Oh god, that was in there for debug reasons. That's weird. I wonder what it's going to look like without that. Just slightly less often at this point. Oh, the collision detection looked a little bit wrong. Bloody hell. Right then. Where do I set its position when I spawn it? Here it is. This is where I set its Y position. That's where I calculate a random Y and add the Y offset. Yeah, did I sort that out yet or not? Because some of the draw functions do the OR thing and some of them don't. I've got to sort them all out eventually. Oh, that one, yeah, with the colours. It does look cool. I like that as well. Oh, got hit by a motorbike. Right then. It's going to be costly, isn't it, to go through right now when it's spawning and check if there's another one right there. Seems like a really costly thing to do because you're already in that terrain. I might make it so it stops if it collides. The thing is, will they both end up stopping then? Spawn is random, yeah. I'll show you how the spawn works roughly, see if you can understand what I've done. It's a bit of a hodgepodge again, but in level, every frame that it looks for a random number. If it's less than 10, it calls that spawn function, which then has a 50-50 chance of spawning either a saloon or a bike. Okay, I see that micro. The only drawback is the Y is actually done in pixels, so obviously I need like a whole 16 space. Actually, if I just detect a collision and then I find the one with the lowest X value and stop that one, That'll be the car in the back. So that'll be done in the move function. I'll call a collision detection. So it could possibly get spawned in another car, but it'll just be stuck to the edge of the screen until it's free to move. And then also I'll make it so that it moves up and down in the X somehow in a minute. In the Y, sorry. So that's going to be quite complicated, but I'll give it a go. I'm using plurals because it's going to be like a list. It's going through a list of cars. Table of Y positions as lanes. Okay, yeah. And then just randomly select one from there. Yeah. I mean, we already tested with the player that he detects with a car. So the only other thing they can collide with is another car. I could just call it that, it doesn't make any difference. But this is the problem, I'm going to have to iterate through it with two different registers. Array with Y. I mean, like I say, I've got the array here. This contains the X and the Y. I also have lane Y, which is where the first part of the lane is. So I could easily just have a width of, well, it'd have to be 16. So there's only what, 2. There's only room for 2. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try and just have it detect a collision and stop the back car. And when there's no collision, it'll go. But that's going to be very involved because it's going to end up, I'm going to have to do target position. Oh, fractal might. That's a very good idea. Of course, I'd have to check Spikie's 24 pixels high. I mean, the car colliding with Mikey's pretty much done. But yeah, I could optimize it by doing what you said. Stretches 2 lanes. Yeah, he does. Most of the cars are 16 height. The lorries are bigger. I'm just having a think. Because I've got to go through the array with something that's already in the array. I wonder if I can do it just with IX. I mean, it's pretty much the same as that code there. Let's just copy that in there a sec. Except this time, wait, when does it jump back? How does that collision code work? Surely it's only checking the first car, is it, in the array? It needs to go to next car part. Yeah, it does. Where's that array? Vehicle data link, that's what I wanted. Right, that's better. Oh, no it's not. They all need to be jumping to there. And that one's NC. I need to remember that. Right, that should be fine now. Do the same over here. Alright. Let's just put pink for a second. All them need to change to jump that. But then I still need to do a lot of work on this. The players need to be replaced by the car I'm checking. If that makes sense. But I mean, I suppose I could just as easily. The It's really tricky this, isn't it? Because I'm trying to loop through all cars and check collision with all other cars. Pass XY into the function. Yeah, but where do I call that from? That's what I'm trying to say. Because I could just do IY equals cars plus car length. But, or even just IY equals a car, yeah. And then somewhere externally from this, I'm going to have to iterate through the IYs. Pass IY into the function and switch the car in the table there for dead before you call, so you don't hit yourself. Oh, that's a very clever idea. If I pass, the top bit where you say pass XY into the function, if I pass this in with IY, I can access the XY and the width and the height of just one car. If I externally loop through them separately and call this from inside that loop, this would actually check every car. Is that overly complicating it then? If I said, for example, DE is XY, that's only one car, isn't it? Like, how do I? Let's try this. It feels like it might work. What I'm actually doing here is not incrementing IY, so it's always the same car. And obviously it will check itself, which is a problem, isn't it? I'll fix it like the way you said, I think. Set it to dead, and then back to alive down here. The one that's in what IY. Let's try that. Okay, I see. I think that's what I'm doing here. IY is the one car. That looks good. And then here I'll have not happy with the names, but hey. So load IX vehicles are Load IY. Vehicles are cool. Vehicle check. No, not that one. Thank you for the follow, man. Nice. I won't try and pronounce your name. I'll be there all day. I need to increment IY now by cars data width, innit? Cars data length. No, by all of them. No, by one. God, where's that gone? Increment IY. So actually, this needs to be. That needs to be having IY with the vehicles. So I need to call it from the update. Did I just cut that? Yeah. I know I've made a right pig's ear of it. It's going to probably work, but it's right cack-handed, isn't it? That's my pin. Got a Twitch energy drink. Nice. I've got an energy drink here, so funny enough, and it is purple. Just need to loop back now. How can I check the end though? I think that'll work. Oh yeah. Cool, it's a right pig's ear, but it might work. Assembly equals proper pro. Thanks, but I wouldn't go that far, but it is fun. I do dabble in all types of code, but I'm really enjoying assembly. Oh, yeah, that's a clue. Hopefully that'll work. I've probably missed something and got myself right mixed up now, like I always do, but should go through incrementing Y. Like I said, it might collide with itself. So up here, somewhere I want to set the ears of Y to dead, like you suggested. Although there's nothing in here to tell it not to collide with dead things. Can I do that? Okay. Oh, I'll have to cache the previous value of it and everything. It's a right pain, isn't it? Let's get rid of that a second. Let's just see what it does. Yeah, I could set it back to the original after. I was just wondering how to store that. Another function, yeah. Because another option, but it is a waste of space, isn't it? But I could have an ID for the car, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I could check against that. Globals. I've got loads of globals here, and everywhere, scattered about. But yeah, let's give it a try. I'm sure it is doable. I'm just making it harder than it is. I'm sure this would work, but it'll just collide with itself, won't it? So let's see if it just goes pink straight away. Oh, it didn't even compile. Oh, oh, whoops. Add and 238. Why is there 2 brackets there? True statement, that Baker. Like the double buffering. Wouldn't want to write that again right now. In a hurry. Alright, so it hasn't. Do you know what? It waited till there was an actual collision to go pink. Suddenly the motorbikes have got like a glitchy pixel going on. If I call the set border blue here, just see when it actually does collide and how often. Whoops, wrong button. That didn't count as a collision. Not getting any. Or is it just getting set back to blue straight away? Maybe that's the problem there. Yeah, I wonder if it's like too slow now with all this checking through loops twice. Like, you know. I've been working on adding the debugger, but if you watched the other day, my tools fell apart and I ended up reinstalling everything. I've been working on getting this dzog one, and I have to get the dzeus or whatever it's called. Somewhere it said it. Yeah, this one's. Apparently there's like an internal Z80 simulator or something. I was trying to figure that out, but I got completely lost and couldn't use it. But I'm certainly going to try that. It's one thing at a time though, isn't it? I mean, I do have some audio routines. I could just play a beeper sound instead. But annoyingly, they destroy some registers. Yeah, everybody does. Everybody. I'll have to do it sometime. But at the moment, I'm just, like I always say, just tapping away with stone tools, you know. I'm a caveman. If it don't work, I just hit it with a rock until it works. Yeah, it's 2020, but we're making a game for a ZX Spectrum at the end of the day. I mean, I'm not highly motivated to spend hours setting up a debugger. If I could do it in the space of a couple of hours or less. Where did I do that set blue? Oh god, I'm in the wrong file, aren't I? Oh, yeah. So it should go pink now, at some point. Whoa, it went green for some reason. Yeah, not sure. With these sort of stupid techniques, it's like trying to remember where you put the flipping things. It's the worst bit of it. How do you debug with an oscilloscope? You just detected the actual state of the memory or something. Funny how it went pink. I did notice it go pink one time, but not anymore. I wish I could have understood your exact way to implement it global. I think it's similar to what you were saying, but perhaps something's missing with the dead check. But why is it not even identifying any before it did? Hmm. Just try removing these a sec, see if it goes pink then. Yeah, straight away. Ah, I think that's meant to be IY at the bottom. Where's it update? IY. Oh, okay, no. Because it's a long old routine that as well. It gets to go through a lot of cars. That sounds well interesting, yeah. I see. Are you a professional programmer then, or is it just a hobby? Sounds like you should be if you're not. I think I messed this up completely. That's the beauty of Twitch though, I can read your messages even tomorrow and go through them again and try to understand them, do you know what I mean? Of course I have to understand it. I'm not going to write code that I just copy off someone else and don't know how it works. I have to sort of, I don't mind the odd little bit, like a routine that does something like, divides by whatever or something. I don't mind just copying that in, but only if I have to. Professional and dabbled as well. Fair play, man. Brilliant. The only thing I can think of is that I've messed up with this IY crap, but it looks okay to me. Yeah, that sounds crazy, that. I did hear about someone a very long time ago when I had no understanding of how it worked, but I heard about someone disassembling a Spectrum game like in the 80s when they were a school kid with the sound of the tape. So it's probably similar to what you're talking about with a skilloscope or whatever, I guess. I need to pass that in as a car. Go through each car. DE. Alright, let's try doing it just DE being a car's XY. Just one car at a time. Oh, it's mental. And here I'll have to change it. Ah, that shouldn't be +2 anyway. It should be +3. It seems like it should work to me. Oh, it is working now, but possibly not right. Too busy, fair enough. It got too complex. Yeah. I mean, you seem like you understand everything. Maybe you'd be able to understand it if you tried. When you say the modern technology, do you mean assembly language in the modern processors, or do you mean all modern languages? I guess you mean assembly, in modern assembly. I find like stuff like shaders and that, and all that modern stuff, is actually, it's been like abstracted quite well. It's easier if you get into it. Yeah, true. But I don't know. I mean, I've been using them for years, and I still don't understand exactly how the computer works. You know, I know roughly, but it sounds crazy. Yeah, how many people wrote Windows? Or quite a lot over the years have probably had a dabble in it. Oh goodness me, I've forgotten what I was doing again. Oh yeah, let me run it again. Does it just automatically? It's weird that, isn't it? It doesn't instantly go. Doesn't instantly go pink. Yeah. How many people wrote Windows 3.1? Maybe just a bunch. Is Microsoft Basic like the original Windows? Or was that the language? Yeah, they're all clever gits, all of them. Oh yeah, I've seen stuff on YouTube about that actually, with hidden stuff like Bill Gates and all that hidden into the code because they split up or something, didn't they? Did you really? Wow. Did they pay you for that then? Because it's like it was an open source one at one point, or was that just Firefox? It was open source. I think Chrome was as well. Maybe it still is. Yeah, true, true. Was that the very first Basic then, before the Sinclair Basics? They just copied Microsoft one, did they? Chromium. Sounds well interesting, mate. I'd love to be able to break that ceiling, get proficient enough in one language to charge people for it. Yeah, they are insane. I don't understand, it's next level stuff to me that. So I've just got to make it not collide with itself. Set it to dead like you say, and then check in here if it's dead. Ignore it. Which I should be doing anyway because most of them are dead. Okay, that's a bit better. Just do the same thing with IY, I guess. No. No, don't need to do that. Oh god, yeah, I've got to cache that value somehow. Oh god. It was a great idea you gave me doing that. I don't know if I've implemented it properly, but I wouldn't have thought of that by myself. So I've set the IY one to dead. When this loop gets through it, it'll just be one of them in the IX that it moves past. So this should work now. It should just go pink when they're colliding and stay pink. Didn't seem to. Seems the same. I wish I could set the border to blue and it would still flicker to pink sometimes. Maybe if I just do it here. Oh, it flashed. That was pretty good actually. It's not detecting that, but when they're right on top of each other, I want it to collide. I counted that one. So strange. Yeah, true that, Baker. You never know. Especially if you can do like an online game, and then you get a good artist on your side. You're you could get pretty popular. Doesn't have to be the next Flappy Bird even. It could be, the next like something smaller than that. That still makes a nice income. Brilliant. This is going to be a big struggle getting this car collision for me. I reckon maybe it is working now, actually, to be honest. Maybe I just need a bigger, like, bounding box. I restrict it. Restrict it right down on the X. So them two are about Y. This one is the X. There's no buffer. Let's do this. Let's try this. Didn't detect it. It's gone worse, hasn't it? That's no good. Yeah, too much competition. It's actually now about becoming, I think, um, becoming well known on the right forums and different posting boards and being able to plug your game in the right place. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, have you not considered making a PC game? Because I think they're really popular now. I know again there's a load of competition, but with tools like Unreal Engine and that, you can really make something impressive now, can't you? Yeah, you're right there. Big business just takes over everything when there's any money involved. You should maybe get into doing some live coding if you're able to make some really fancy looking stuff and show off like mathematical ways of doing things. People probably get loads of interest, you know. I know the feeling there, man. I got really good at C Sharp and Unity, and I could make games really quick, but I could never make good graphics, ever. I'm kind of worried about this car spawning thing. Maybe I'll come up with a new way. I wanted them not to be stuck to rigid lanes, to be honest. Let's try that and see if it does at least detect some collisions now. It does, but can't tell what's triggering it. It's weird. It seems to detect it when there isn't one. I don't trust what's happening with IY at all. Hate it. Hate how I've done it. art and layout of sprites. Well, the thing with Unity, Microman, the layout of sprites is really non-important now. You can like get it open in Unity and just draw a box around it. No problem, Mike. I'm going to go offline fairly soon, actually, to be honest, buddy, but thanks for stopping by. I'm definitely going to be working on this tomorrow, but I think I'll just probably delete this, this bit here. Yeah, good night, guys. You're not going to miss much. I'm not doing much at all now before I go. Probably a couple more little tweaks. Just checks through here. Thanks again for all the help, Baker. Loads of that has sunk in. I'm already in one specific car here, so I need to check for collisions there. That's what I need to do. And as the Global Baker rightly said, I can probably do that just by passing in the XYs from IX here. This should be a check to see if it's dead as well. I haven't done that. Right. Yeah. And also, that shouldn't be end, it should be next. Let's get it right, otherwise it'll confuse me tomorrow. No collision. No, I guess. Oh yeah, nice Micro Man. I wasn't even noticing that actually. I was so concentrated on the chat and the code. I can only say thank you to all of you for watching. Sorry I didn't progress further. But tomorrow when I wake up in the morning I'll do a bit of code on my own and try and figure it out. Make a bit of progress so there's something to show you. And then do a bit more live, you know. Got plenty of hours off tomorrow. Not much else to do. So definitely colour them cars in as well. Make them look a bit better. I certainly am. Yep. I'll just name this part 1, innit? Of the Spikie Goes Skiing folder. Long way off yet, but it's a start, isn't it? I'm going to leave it because I can't think of anything else to do with that problem. And I want to come to it fresh tomorrow and maybe just see the problem instantly. You never know. Oh, you're cool, Mike, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Every night you're here, almost every night. It's wonderful for me, honestly. I really appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know about that donate thing as well. Not asking anyone to donate, but I'll pop it on there because you never know. Someone might be in a position to do that. So I need to get that working. Yeah, lots to do tomorrow. I'm going to be here. One in the day, a nice long stream in the day, and then another one at this sort of time at night. That's cool, man. I forget what country you're in now. Was it Aussie? You're not from Aussie as well, are you? Canada, that's it. So the nighttime, what I call nighttime, is the best one for you, isn't it? Night, Moz. Nice to see you, mate. Thanks for watching, dude. Even when you're busy, that's still a dedication. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm going to make a load of progress tomorrow morning. Even if I can't do this, I'll just colour in the cars and stuff. 4:40 p.m. now. Ah, that's a civilised hour then. Yeah, good night, guys. I'll get myself off now so I can sort a few things out before I go to sleep. Be nice and fresh tomorrow. Yeah, see you all again then. Have a good night. Goodbye.